Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurasou here, coming at you guys with another I Told You So market watch today. If you guys enjoy the market, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. We're like 48 subs off 3,500, and I got something really awesome to give you guys for the 3,500 sub special. Not too sure about the giveaway yet, but you guys really like the PSA cards last time, so I'm going to see if I can also try to get more of those to give away as well. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player or anything on TCG Player in general, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you, and consider being a YouTube channel member, and thank you to all my YouTube channel members. And we're going to get right into this. So Coach King Giant Trainer, and I talked about this because I said, well, when we get the structure deck for Dark Worlds, this is probably going to see some play, as well as it's a good level 8 in general, because what this card does is you detach and you draw and reveal a card, right? And if it was a monster, you inflict 800 damage, right? But you can't conduct your battle phase turn you activate, but you can use this up to thrice per turn. Meaning, you're going to get 3 draws. You have to reveal them, but you get 3 draws. And for every monster, it's 800 damage. So, not only are you plussing like crazy, because you could just link this off right after, do all that. I mean, at least it's a good body, if anything. But you get 3 cards, and it is a way to win in time. I mean, there's not a lot of cards that say thrice per turn. In fact, if anyone else knows any other cards that say thrice per turn, please let me know in the comment section below. But I told people to grab these secrets when they were about $2 to $3. Right now, near mints are about, well, first said near mint, 24 bucks. Now, these were $30. In fact, if we go to near mint first verified, they quickly go up to $30. I mean, lightly played doesn't really help too much either. Now, you do have the commons over here for about $8. 13 right over here. Not too bad over here for a Coach King. And seeing how that if you pick up all your structure decks, a lot of your stuff is cheap. This is more money than a Coach King should be, but hey, maybe this will get reprinted in time. But for right now, without a reprint, I don't see this card going below $10. But yeah, $13 for your comments. That's, in all honesty, pretty bad actually. Danger Chupacabra, a card that's also seeing play in Dark World. You reveal it, your opponent randomly, you guys know the danger effect. But if this card's discarded, you turn a danger monster in your graveyard and special it. Since you have to play a lot of the dangers, this card's kind of free because it's like, well, either they discard a card and you get an effect, and you special and you get a draw, and it's a little force. You could go into rank 4s like Baguska, Abyss Dweller, all that. But if this gets discarded, you special summon something. And depending on if you want a level 7 or level 8 to go into another rank 8, like Coach King, you have that option, right? This is just, you just don't want to see this. So most builds are playing 1. I've seen builds that are played 2, but this is definitely more of a 1-of card. Secret rares are $9, going up to about 14s here. So if you have your Danger Chupacabra secrets, well, you got some money here. Ultras are not, well, wow, there's not many of Ultras. There's one first edition for about $7 if you want to get it. There's a less than 1,000 sales for about $1.71 here. So that's not a bad pickup if you guys actually want to grab that. You know, for $2, give them another sale, see what happens. Foolish Burial, Lost Art. Now, this is one of my favorite Lost Arts. If you did not know, near mints are about, well, light plays are 13. Who cares? Near mints are about $14, $15 here. When it comes to Lost Arts, you always want to look at near mints, not lightly plays, because usually in light plays, either they mean unsealed or they're actually light play. Near mints and light play don't have that much of a difference with most Lost Arts, so always go for the near mints. That's why I said it. You know, nobody cares because nobody should care. $14 here. Very good for a Foolish Burial. This card tends to go up to 20 sometimes here and there. But if you ever want to invest into a couple sealed of the same Lost Art, like let's say you want to fill a page up, like 9 copies, this is not a bad Lost Art to consider in all honesty. Muckracker from the Underworld. People are using this in Dark Worlds as well. And you could, because of the Fiend effect, right? For example, you could turn a Fiend monster in your graveyard, discard card, and then special discard outlet in a link form as well. And then, you know, it also has the protection as well. So it has a couple things, but it does lock you into Fiend. So that's something you have to be very specific. But it is for the rest of the turn at least. So you can do some plays and then go into this. Right now, these are like $10, but in all honesty, I'm a little surprised about the price. Just because this card was anywhere from $2 to $4 regularly. Now, with the structure deck, $6 of increase is not that bad. But I really don't see these going anywhere. If you have spare copies, I definitely sell them off. The Ultras, though, about $15, $16 here. They say they dropped a little bit, but people like the Clean Ultra, and even I like the Clean Ultra. I do love this card's artwork a lot, I will say that. Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle from Darkling Blast, Secret Rare. Now, these are like 6s. Labyrinths could get a lot better. In fact, actually, I want to look at what verified is because I'm seeing a lot unverified. 64 listings. 7's going up to 9.5 here. So if you want your Lady Labyrinths, I would get them now. I think that the issue with this format is that since we're in a tier 0 format, a lot of decks, for example, Runic, Labyrinth, decks are really, really good, have great strategies. They can't compete because it's like, well, mill tier 0, right? There's a lot of decks like that, in all honesty. Like, I think Brandon is still really great, but tier 0, you can't, you gotta play, tier Ishizu or you're not playing at all, right? That's kind of how this format is, and that's why I really don't like this format, because there's a lot of great decks that aren't viable at a event like a regional or higher. And that's the biggest issue, right? Because even if you're not going to be the one person who breaks out on top 32 with Labyrinth, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Starlights. Okay, so I told people to sell this at 400. It went up down to like 260, 270. We go verified here. 294 going up to 350. So this card is going up still, and people are buying this card. So people do know that, hey, Labyrinth is going to be good after this format, all that. But I just think this is a bigger, more of a waifu tax thing, if anything. Because this card, Starlight, it's good. It looks so good. I understand why people pay $300 for this. When it was at 400, I just said you could sink your money into something else. And when they went to 250, I mean, you basically profited, right? Access code, eternity code here are $37, $38 with the reprint coming in at about $27 here. So just like Pot of Prosperity, this card has crashed very close to the reprint, which tells us one thing so far, because Access Code's one example, Pot of Prosperity is another example, and we've had, I think, a few others, where if there's a secret rare of a card and it's getting reprinted as a prismatic, you sell that bitch immediately, because at this point, that card is going to go very close to the reprint version, so you can just get your original back later on, and you're missing out on a lot of free money if you hold on to it. Because I held on to my access code. I had one copy. First of all, I wanted to play it. Second of all, I thought this would drop to about $60. So it dropped to 85, 83, 85 when it got first reprinted. And if you sold yours then, you can get 2 original access codes and have a little money left over, even if you're like paying tax, which is like kind of crazy to me if you really think about it. So, yeah. Battles of Legends here. They're really like, ugh. It's just so odd to me. Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. So someone told me, well, this is a card that might see more play now because of DARKWORLD structure deck, and with the Coach King and the burn and all that. That is very true. However, I think this card is mostly going to go up because of Scattered Shot, because a lot of people are citing those in for time. Main phase, okay, boom, I milled the Scatter Shot. You're good, your move, oh, time in the round, too bad, right? And that's kind of how I see Spooky Dogwood here. In fact, I actually think that Spooky Dogwood is definitely a card that should be in the side. If you think you're about to go into time, this is the card, the hand trap to side in. That's kind of how I see that. Now, near mints are 16 here. First editions are $26, 27. So people all definitely understand that, hey, this is a card, the good card to go into. The other version to consider is the Lost Art, about 6.5. I personally would get the Lost Art if you don't want to get the secrets, because not only can you get for cheaper, but these Lost Arts are kind of running low. I told people at $3 to $4, they're not that bad, but I'd just get first edition secrets for $7, $8 at the time. But right now, they do go up to about 11, 12 here. So I would probably just get the Lost Arts, and you can get a deal for Dogwoods. Number 101, Ghost Rare. These are about $24. Not bad for your Ghost Arts. In fact, I just want to see. Yeah, about $24. Is this cheap enough to get? Yes. If you just want to buy it, go ahead and do so. Is this card going to go up? Probably not for a long time. But if Hat as a format gets popular, possibly. It just depends on if Zexal formats pick up. That's, I think, something that's really going to rely on this card. It's Zexal formats start doing better. Silent Armor is going to go up. Because you guys have to also remember that this is a card that was printed somewhat late in Zexal. It was in the second half, not in the first half. So, kind of limits on what you can do there. Psy-Beast here, normal summon, you remove from play your Shotri Law card. And this card becomes that level as well as you have a banish card, right? 18 first editions are like 20 here. It's crazy, you know. This is definitely a secondary market moment. That's all I'm gonna tell you. If you don't have your copies, you're kind of screwed. Monk of the Tiny Super. This was one of the 5 cards I mentioned in my 5 cards have your trade binder, which will be one of the end cards. If you guys don't know that series, it's a series where I tell you 5 cards to invest in to make money, and I give good reasoning with it as well. Monk of the Tiny was one of those, so I'm not going to get too much into that. Just go ahead and watch that video. There were 3s at that point. Near mints right now are you have 1 here for 342. You got a bunch of 5s here. Or you got a few 5s here. You know, you got 6 copies with shipping 6. Then the next page they quickly go to $7 to $10. So people are buying these and they're scooping them up. So if you have Monk of the Tennies, they're skyrocketing right now. Number 89s today are $5. Still, I try not to check on this card too often, but it's just too tempting. We have the super rare prize card, which I actually got a chance to see one recently, and they look gorgeous. Honestly, they look like a very clean super. Granted, it's not going to be worth the price of $3,000, but at least this one's graded. You got a BGS 9.5 here. That, I mean, I don't like that his little thing's written on it, but I've mentioned this before because I think this copy's been on here for a while. But $3,300, then $8,000 for your number 89s. Number 11, Big Eye Astral Pack 6 Ultimate Rares. These are going to run you about $108, $109. These are about $104, $105. And they're trickling on up. The issue with Big Eye, and personally, my opinion, is you should be running this if you're playing Shotri Law. I mean, it's just, it gives you a utility of stealing an opponent's monster, using the effect, attacking, doing whatever, right? You guys have to remember, the only restriction is, oh, this specific card can't attack. So your Big Eye can't attack. That's it, right? That's not much of a restriction in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! So having the utility that no other cards can really grab you, like number 11 can, then you can link it off. So it's not like, you know, say a spell card or anything like that. As well as being very old and rare. I think these ultimate rares should be a lot more. But I do think people, even if they don't have the ultimate rare, like let's say this card becomes a common tomorrow, I think that you should run this card regardless of rarity. It's just a very good card to have. In fact, these sales here, people are chopping them up at 105. I mean, it's still selling like wildfire here. Secret rares are, let's see, 40 for unlimited. Light play, 42, so you might as well grab the light play. First in your mints are about, well, you got one here for $60. 61, 63, 65. That light play for $42 is not that bad, honestly. In fact, I think that's very good. Into the Void, Ultimate Rare. You have 3 more cards in your hand, you draw a card. And then, yeah, end phase, you have to discard all of them, right? So basically, if you're going for broke, and you're not really playing hand traps, you play this card because it's a sort of a, basically it's an upstart, right? In fact, I'll be honest with you here though, people would still run upstart if it wasn't for time rules, but this card's still quite good as well. I don't think it's going to see much play since it's not at 3 anymore. At 1, I would honestly just run the upstart. It will hurt at time, but you know, lightly played unlimiteds are about $14. Honestly, for unlimiteds, that's not that bad. First ed light play, $16. You cannot be upset at that price point. This card could come back to 2 or 3. If this card comes back at 2, you could try 1 upstart, 2 into the Void, I think, for like some sort of draw power. Near mints are going to run you about, what, $30? Yeah, 28. Just get the lightly plays. Get us a lightly plays for 42. Dark Requiem from OTS Pack 15. One of the worst OTS packs, especially right now. Ultimate Rares are $13. Should you be grabbing this? I'll be honest, I wouldn't touch this. I really wouldn't. Like, look how bad OTS 15 is. Before we go on to the other Rebellion cards, I have to do a little bit of shitting. You got Hulk here. $25 for your Ultimate Rare LMFAO. Dark Arm Dragon would look ugly. Alright, it's an ugly, ugly card. The Euro version looks very, very nice. If you guys have Euro versions, you'll understand. But the NA print just looks garbage. These were just two awful picks that nobody asked for. The Super Dragon was great. The Dogmatic Punishment was good for the time. I think the token is cool. Funny enough. This is late. I don't care. Like the rest of this OTS pack, I mean, it's mid. You know? Dark Rebellion, XYZ Dragon, the new challengers here. These are about $15 for lightly played. First editions, near mint. First editions are about $16. So not bad for a Rebellion Ultimate Rare, in all honesty. Ghost Rares are going to run you about... Let's see what first edition. Mob plays are about 28. Lightly plays are 31. You might as well get the light plays. And then going up to 43. So these light plays do go up very, very quickly with near mints at $50 going up to $65. Now, most of these are going to be light play when you get them because of how scratched they are. So just get a light play for cheaper. That's kind of what I would say. Not too many listings for near mints, though, regardless. I mean, you put light plays on. How many listings? 30? And then, you know, you want to go no pictures because... Oh, that Italian looks very nice, actually. Drago XYZ Effecto. That's very nice. So we go without photos. 28. So does trickle up very, very quickly. Guardian Chimera here. These are about... Well, got one here for 27. Then they're about 28, 29, going up to 30s. This card is still very, very good. The issue of the big drop is because in our little, what is it called? Magnificent Maze? Maze of Memories. That's what it's called. I was like, you know, I have it in there somewhere. Maze of Memories is reprinting Guardian of Chimera. It looks like that the tins are definitely going to go in a different direction because they are ripping Battles of Chaos apart. Like, I really thought we were safe until the tins. And then when I saw Sinister Sovereignty, I had Chimeras. I was like, look, I'm not holding anything, right? Maybe my personal set of illusions, but that's it. I sold everything right away. And I'm really glad I did because I actually don't really like that this card is getting reprinted so soon. You know, I think it's actually kind of crazy. Like, at one point, people like reprints, makes, you know, cards cheaper. But this is kind of recent, no? I mean... If this card was missing out of Maze of Memories, would anyone really complain? Thought, oh, Guardian Chimera should have been there. Said nobody but really bad casuals, right? I think that this set should have had until at least the tins, you know, until it gets reprints. That's a little bit insulting, honestly. Condemned Darkworld here. Near mints are about $4 here, going up to about 4.5, going up to about 5.5 here. Not too many listings either. It is fairy, so you contribute summon fairy monster that require 2 tributes by banishing 2 monsters from your grave instead, and then you discard a card for a Dark Lord, right? And then during the end phase, you could gain 500 life points. So what some people are doing is making this so that for like time, but you know, it just kind of is what it is. In fact, I kind of want to look at some of the Dark World, like, judge stuff here. Do they have them on TV? Yeah, they do. So the official judge center here, I would not buy this. It looked really nice. Like, whenever something looks nice enough, where it's like, you know what? Sure. I'll throw $20, $30 at a center. It's like $200, $300 more than that. $350. No, thank you. Secret Password from Genesis Impact here. Yeah, basically, this is your searcher for live point stuff. I told people whatever doesn't get reprinted will go up to keep Genesis Impact bulk. Right now, these are like $3. That's still kind of crazy. I don't think this card's even worth $3 because Genesis Impact was just out there. Plague Sprayer Zombie Ultimate Rares are $42. Remember, Crossroads of Chaos does not have first edition boxes, so first editions are very hard because they're in the tins. Lightly played near mint for... Actually, you know what? No. I want to look at what first edition is all across the board. First, okay... Near mint or light play for 45 or first to add a heavy for 125. The very easy decision. Go light play. Go light play, go light play, go. Mob play 157. That's not good. Light play $300. Awful, to be honest. Near mint $700. If it was a light play for like 200, I'd be like, hey. And a lot of people might be like looking at this video being like, why would he spend $200 on Plague Spirit? Dude, it's used in so much older formats, Plant Synchron, all that. Like, this and Krebons were the level 2 tuners, like top 2 level 2 tuners in the game then. In fact, I might want to make like a top 5 tuner video for 5Ds just to like spread a little info and all that. But yeah, 200, can't do that. Ultra rare first editions here, $6 here. Oh, and do not mind the background noise, by the way. My wife is just talking to my girlfriend on the phone. $6 for light plays. Okay, you know, whatever. Near mints are about $8 going up to 10. You know, my own jokes like crack me up once in a while. I was like, yeah, I could just go casually through this. No, I can't. Joke. $10 here for your near mints. First edition, what can be like $40. $20. Okay, in all honesty, if you guys want a cheap first edition investment of this, 20s for original ultras. And guys, this ultra rare, it looks so sick. Like, Crossroads of the Chaos hit it right out of the park, man. You A's were jealous of how good the ultra rares look. Granted, most of the ultra rares and Crossroads of Chaos, I think, are shit. Like, it's a great set overall because of the like common rares, supers, and I think the secrets are okay. In fact, we'll take a little look through Crossroads of Chaos. You know, make the video a little bit longer. First edition light plays, $1,200. Fine. I want to see, are there any PSAs here? PSA 8 first ed for $1,200. That's very, very good, actually. You know, if you're paying $2K for a Ghost, first ed Ghost of Black Rose, if it's graded, you can't really complain here. Light play unlimiteds are 174 here, going up to like 200. Near mints are going to run you about 212 to 230, 330. I actually have a light play unlimited and a near mint unlimited. Man, just we have the Starlight rare now competing. I don't know. I would rather have 2 ghost rares than the Starlight. I have to admit, I would rather invest into these ghost rares. Any buyout on this card cannot recover. I'll tell you that. This card's too old. Ultimate rares are light play 75. Near mints are 115. What are first eds overall all going for? Nope. Definitely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, no, if you have a first set Black Rose, unless you really like it, just get rid of it. I would rather, especially if you have a Ghost already, like, I don't know, you don't really need the ultimate first set if you have a Ghost first ed, and I would rather just spend money on other shit. That's too much for first ed ulti. Yeah, you got Neos Wiseman, that kind of sucked for a time. Plagues, you know. Titanial, near mints are 18, first editions are 170. No, absolute thank you. $70 for Titanial. It's not good, but it's not bad either. For your first editions here. Then we have, what else do we have here? Yeah, your Retaris. I actually want to go over this and just see how these went overall. So people kind of listed some at 24. Well, one for 24. You got a playset here of unlimited for 24 at 5. It's not good, but if you want to play Glads, it's there. $50. No, thank you. Especially for a one of, it is a good card though. Then you got the Teleporter here, $16. Doom Kaiser at 16. Tempest. Black Rose Ultra Unlimited for 10 are not bad. Turbo Warrior, Rose Warrior was not bad back then. Mark of the Rose was pretty decent back then as well. Spellcasters was dope. Queen of Thorns was amazing. I kind of just am looking through this from memory lane. It came out as a super sneak peek. More you know. Goes in match as a common great game. You know, that's been a side deck / main deck card for a long time now. Seed of Flame, garbage, Black Garden, people really liked. People also liked the psychic stuff here at the time, I believe. It wasn't too bad here. And then like, again, everything else is just like supers and commons. The Whitestone of Legend was a very, very good import as well. I actually completely forget that Whitestone of Legend is a common in this set. It's just so underrated. And it just doesn't go along with much at all in this set. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this Mark Watch. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to know it doesn't cost you. Look forward to a deck profile this week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.